Hello, today we will speak about a switch expression in Java, illustrated with French poets across centuries. Like all expressions, switch expression in Java evaluate to a single value. This value can be used directly in assignment or output statements. Starting with Java 14, we can use the more concise and safer case L labels clause. This eliminates the need for break statements and makes the code easier to read and less error-prone. When needed, you can also use yield in a block to return a value. For the design motivation behind this feature, check JEP 361. Next, example scenario, poets and their century. Let's say you're working with a name of famous French poets and you want to determine the century in which each poet lived and wrote. Here's the enum, public enum poet, du Bellay-Ronsard for 16th century, La Fontaine-Malherbe for 17th century, Voltaire Chénier for 18th century, Hugo Baudelaire for 19th century, Aragon Éluard for 20th century, and Vincent and Confiant for 21st century. 21st. Next. So we have checked the enum. Now let's see it applied to a switch statement in the old-fashioned way. Here's how this might look using a traditional switch statement to determine a poet's century. So you have int century equal 0, it is the initialization, poet equal poet.Baudelaire, and then we have the switch statement which takes a poet in parameter, and you have different case clauses, like case du Bellay-Ronsard century equals 16 break, and the same thing for all the other poets and their values. And in the end, you have a default clause which throws an illegal state exception, unknown poet plus poet. And after that, once we have initialized the century, we output it in a system.out.println century plus ln, because in the switch, when you pass a poet, it will set the century value. For example, here 0, if the poet is Baudelaire, the switch goes till it encounters the Baudelaire clause here, and it will set the century to 19, and in the end it will output century 19th century. Downside of the classical approach, you have to declare and mutate a variable, century, this one. You must remember to add break statements, forgetting one could cause fail-through bugs. Effectively, if you forgot the break here, the clause will not end straight here, it will go till the end, till there is a break or till there is the end of the switch. Next, modern switch expression. With switch expression, this becomes much cleaner and less error-prone. You got your value to pass in your switch expression, which is poet equal poet.Baudelaire, and then you straightly output system.out.println a switch expression. You pass in parameter of the println the switch, and in the switch you pass the poet, which is the poet.Baudelaire. And then inside this switch you have different case clauses, but this time with an error operator. And you see, you don't need any break statement, and you don't have the fall-through issues. And besides that, it is the same behavior. For example, if it is Baudelaire, this will go in the system.out.println, then in the parameter, in the switch expression, it will be here Baudelaire, and it will stop just here, and it will return 19. And so, it will output system with the println 19. Why it's better? Each case is followed by error operator, which directly points to a return value. No need for breaks. The word construct is an expression, which means you can assign or return it in line. And lastly, it's safe by design. No fall-through means fewer bugs. To conclude, case L is called a switch label rule. It avoids the need for break, it prevents accidental fall-through, and it can be used in both expression and statements. And in the end, it makes your code cleaner, safer, and more expressive. Thank you very much, and maybe see you in another video. Bye!